I hate to make all these videos like it's a terribly difficult process, but it's just a stepwise process. It's a little long, and it can be daunting for some people when they take apart their $1,500 sharpening kit and their fear of voiding their warranty. So you aren't doing anything mechanically that's going to void that warranty. You're just bolting on an aftermarket accessory. You're not changing anything. We're just moving the spring array from one. I'm playing with this, trying to get this screw. You're just moving the spring array from the bottom can to the top can and just raising everything up. It's not changing anything about the mechanics, and it's not changing anything about your warranty. And Clay knows it, and that's not going to cause any damage as long as you take this stuff apart and put it together in the same fashion. Okay, so I've got the screws from the bottom finally all the way through. They're long screws. It's a lot of threads. They're fine threads, 1032, so it takes a bit to get them in. And then you can see the screw head sticking up. I'm trying to get them so that they're going to be exposed. And then the can that we took out just drops right in here the same. You may press it down if you need to. Whoops. Now the vise with the handle facing the notch and the handle held up will set right on top of this notch that you see here. It goes side to side and aligns with the screw. You can see I'm rotating it and lining it up with the screw. There's a narrow side and a fat side. The fat side goes up and down and does not extend all the way side to side through the brass. The narrow one goes side to side through the brass, and then we're going to set the vise right on top of there, and we're going to start one screw and then the other. When you're starting the screws, start the screws so they're smooth. If there's any crunching, back it off, line it up, and go again, because these are machine screws and it should go right in. You shouldn't have any crunching or angle threading, because as you see the gap, and you can see the brass in here as we're tightening up the screws, and you see the screw on this side and screw on that side. So we have to go back and forth. It's real important to keep it even, not more than about one full turn on each side as you compress it. Just one turn on each side, 1.5 turns. And then when you get it started, you want to set it down and make sure that the handle engages and clicks how it's supposed to, and that it moves the jaw. So then once you get it started and you know what you're doing, you just go to town and you do it 1.5 turns, a turn or 1.5 turns. Go to the other side, a turn or the other half. The other side, there's a turn, back to this side, and just back and forth until everything here and here, everything compresses up tight and even. The parts are manufactured to interlock, to inset one into the other, and that keeps everything in line and square and straight on the sharpener, centered. All that is kept the same. It's just a stack. The screws line everything up and everything interlocks and lines up straight. And then at the end we're clicking it and you can see the jaws opening and closing. Now, after that, we just reverse the process. We take this plate. The first thing I need to do is screw this on from the bottom. 2 screws, they line right up. Change the other side wrench. Then after, I'm watching the time. Okay, got it started. After the vise is remounted on the plate, then we're going to put on the adjuster handle in the narrowest angle all the way to the left, to the narrowest angle, and it'll line right up, tightening all this stuff up. Then this, with that funky shoulder screw, it'll line right up to the finest position where you started, because you didn't move anything, you just removed it out of the way. You could rotate it to expose those screws, but then you would have to get it rotated back so that the gears, there are gears, teeth of gears that interlock with the teeth here. So that's why I set it to the narrowest position, so at the beginning, I know before I start, it's gonna drop right on. And that's what it did. You heard it click, it dropped right on. And then the 4 screws also drop right on from the top. And it goes right back together. Okay, so then I'm watching the time. I'm gonna have to stop this one here.